Welcome back to another edition of the Pear Genius Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Pauls, and with me, as always, is the brand alchemist, Kati Pauls. Welcome, my dear. And we have a very special guest in the house. We have Jade Barrett from conceptwellbeing.com. I'm going to put that in the show description for everybody to go check it out. And she is a sound healing extraordinaire, world traveling dynamo, and I just can't wait to get into it. So welcome, Jade.
Thank you. I love the intro. I'm a dynamo. That's the first time. Thank you. I appreciate the intro.
Yes, and it's authentic. I did not plan that. That's just boop.
Thank you.
Nice. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to dig right in.
Sure. So I am a sound healer, also founder of Concept Wellbeing, which is a forward-thinking well-being brand. And so created that probably it's been a couple of years. Like it was there was a pivot somewhere in there in the storyline and stuff like that. But I would say altogether it's been about 3 years being the founder of Concept Wellbeing. And the real goal or the real reason why I created Concept Wellbeing was to make sure that I'm sharing authentic wellness stories with everyone. I was telling you, Alex, on our last call, when I was going through my wellness journey, I was looking for people that were sharing their journeys, and the journey that I was seeing was very like sugar coated, live, laugh, love. Like I just wake up in the morning and I drink lemon water and everything's great. And I was like, oh, I must be a terrible person then because that's not working for me. And so I created the brand to really share authentic stories. And one of the stories that I share is my journey into sound healing, which we will get into. But I have been a sound healer for about 2 years, and my background was not in sound healing. It was actually in tech, and I stumbled upon sound healing just randomly on a birthday trip, and it was life changing for me. It changed the entire trajectory of my entire life. It was something that I didn't know to look for, but I'm glad found me. And yeah, we'll get into like how it helped me and stuff like that, but I think that's just like a general background on me. But I'm so happy to be here to talk about sound healing with y'all. I'm excited for our conversation.
Me too. Me too, because you're new to my sphere. I know you talked to Alex before, but you're very new to me. So what I did just before I jumped on this call was I'm like, I'm going to check out her website because I would like to kind of start getting the energy of who you are. I didn't see you on the site at all. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm really calling in my intuition here because you're not there. But then you did mention that the story is so important. You are going out looking for stories, people's well-being stories. So is it purposeful that you're not front and center on your website and front and center in the brand?
That is a great question. I probably should make that change because yeah, no, it's not purposeful. I think that I should be right there when you get on the website and stuff like that. But no, I didn't do that on purpose. But now that you bring that up, some changes, we got to pivot a little bit, put myself on the website. But yeah, I think on like social media and stuff like that, I'm definitely the face and the voice of the brand. And I try and show up. You'll definitely on Instagram. And if you find me on TikTok, I apologize because I'm a menace over there. But if you see me over there, I'm 100% the face and the voice of the brand.
I think that's a great
Awesome.
brand,
I'm
the menace of TikTok.
Yeah,
the menace of
100%.
TikTok,
The menace of the
right? So
The
wellness
menace,
area for sure.
the menace of wellness. There it
Yes,
is.
yes. And I try
nice.
and my goal is always to help like the chaotic wellness girlies, like that is who my audience really is. And so being a menace and like being chaotic is very much a part of my brand, just because that's who I am as a person. And so I want to help people that are very similar to myself. And so that's who I'm always focusing on helping. And that is the way that I try and show up. That is my authentic self, which is just a little chaotic and slightly a menace. So, yes.
I love that. So that definitely needs to be front and center in the brand, right? So when we
Yes.
do come across your website, there's no disconnects. I didn't know you were on TikTok and I didn't know you were on Instagram because your socials are sending people to LinkedIn and then
Ah,
to the podcast. So
mm.
it's okay. Am I dealing with a very professional, business here? Or like where's the person that I'm trying to connect with? So seeing you because you're so beautiful and you've got this big energy and it's okay. Definitely put that front and center so we can see it. And then I want to know what in your journey prompted you to create Concept Wellbeing? I feel like there would have had to have been a moment for you that mirrored that back out as your service.
Mhm. So I mentioned before there was kind of a pivot. So before I was a sound healer and like a wellness brand founder, I had a career as an ergonomist. And so I had a blog. First, should I backtrack and explain what ergonomics is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
So the easiest way to explain ergonomics, it's just the intersection between psychology and engineering. And so the best way that I can describe it is I used what I knew about people, like human behaviors and their anatomy and everything, to design things for humans.
Oh, wow.
And so that mainly focused on physical spaces, right? So I worked a lot in the office and helping to make sure that people were working safely and comfortably, just to make sure that they weren't going to injure themselves. And so that was my previous career. And I had a blog. It was called Millennial Ergonomics. It was very cute and fun, where I blogged about being an ergonomic professional and helping millennials, because I felt like it wasn't really something that was touched on, I think, at that time, which was probably, I don't know, like 7 or 8 years ago. It was mainly focused on like the aging workforce. And so my idea was very much, okay, yes, we know like they're covered. Like there's ergonomists for that, but there wasn't really ergonomists that were showing millennials, hey, this is what is going to happen. Let's, be aware of these things. And so that was a brand that I had before. And then I decided to pivot. I have always been a wellness girl. I don't know, like, I remember like I was doing my internships and that was just who I was as a person. And so I had the Millennial Ergonomics blog and I just didn't feel it anymore. Like it didn't feel like a yes to me anymore. But what did, and what I noticed throughout my practice, being an ergonomist, especially during the pandemic, was that wellness was starting to seep into my practice. And so when I was consulting, because I was a consultant, I would merge ergonomics with wellness while I was doing consultations and doing one-on-one appointments. And I just started to notice that. And I realized, Jade, this is what lights you up. Truly, honestly, like you love talking about this. So I did a pivot and I decided that I was just going to rebrand as Concept Wellbeing. And I've always wanted a podcast. I don't know what, like something in me was just like, I really want to have a podcast. And so, yeah, one day I was talking to my friend and I was telling her, I was like, I really want to do a podcast, but I don't want to do it by myself. And she's, I'll do one with you. And I was like, okay, cool. Came up with it on the couch and we were drinking sangria. And I was like, this is the vibe that I want to have. I want it to be like two friends sitting on the couch, giving you just like their wellness tips, true, authentic tips that are really working. Not, yeah, it worked out for me and everything's great. No, like how hard was it? Did it really work? Are you really seeing benefits and stuff like that? So that is how I created Concept Wellbeing, and it just kind of went forth.
Wow, that's an amazing story. I really love it. And the things that jump out at me are that space in between. Is the space in between one thing and another thing, where that's kind of where you're coming forth and shining. So you understand the dance between two things. And I really love that. The idea of, I'm going to provide this to help that. And then I'm going to combine this to, like you've really got that space in between nailed down. I love that so much. I'm going to take it in a different direction a little bit and ask you about your name, Jade Barrett. It's not on your website a lot, but I want to know the energy of the name for yourself. Do you love your name? What do you love about it? What does it feel like to you?
Oh, okay. I love that question. I love my first name. I think that it's so on brand for me. I think that, I don't know, like I meet people and they're like, yeah, that name goes. So I really think my parents did their big one with naming me Jade. I love that it's like a lucky like stone and everything like that. I think that it's really beautiful. I don't love my middle name. And then my last name, I mean, it's cool sometimes. Like it's double R's, double T's, and so sometimes that is a little, I don't know, whatever. But I think, no, honestly, that sounds really terrible. But
It's
I
like a
don't
Mississippi
love.
vibe.
Yeah, there's too many doubles in there sometimes. I'm like over it, like having to write out my last name. But I do love my first name. I think that it really fits me. It really suits me, and I think that it took me a second to grow into it. But yeah, I love it now.
That's a cool question. I
So if
never
I
heard Kati ask that before.
right? And it's never so, because I was sitting here, I'm like, okay, what am I doing? How am I, engaging your energy? I'm like, oh, there's something in her name. And then I sat down, I'm like, I'm going to word scry your name. So I'm going to go through all the letters in your name, first and last, and I'm
Okay.
going to start putting together what did your parents already foresee for your energy? That's what they named you. Like, and you chose who you were coming through. So Barrett is obviously there
Hmm.
already. So I'm like, okay, Jade Barrett. So the things that were coming through the most were art. The word art is in your name, which I love so much. The word ear is in your name, which makes so much sense for the sensory that you're doing. But my favorite things was the deer animal and the bear animal. So
Hmm.
within your name, you possess deer energy and bear energy. So the deer is all about compassion and intuitiveness, because a deer is skittish. It relies on being very sensitive to its environment. And then the bear energy protects it. So the deer says, open your heart. The bear says, I got you. I'm going to protect your heart when it's cracked wide open. So you're creating this beautiful space of inviting people in with your compassion. And then you're going to protect that with all of your might. So it's so beautiful that your name already has the essence of your frequency. So I wanted to offer that to you so that you will forevermore love your name so much it appears everywhere.
Thank you for sharing that with me because I had no idea. Like, no one has ever given that to me. I had no idea. So that is really cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So there's medicine in those things. So definitely research, lean into, meditate on those two animal spirits, because I think that there is a lot of clues to your medicine and what you offer people.
Okay. Thank you.
Very awesome.
This is
Did we
so
ask her
cool.
about her birthday yet?
Nope.
No,
You,
I know. I'm pretty sure I asked Jade when her birthday was, but I can't remember now. I think she's a Libra. That's my guess.
ooh, okay. Close because Libras are ruled by Venus. I'm a Taurus.
Oh, okay.
May 10th is my birthday. Do you need the
I
year?
I didn't ask
No.
you. I would have
Okay.
known that. I would have remembered May 10th because we have a bunch
Okay.
of people that are May 10th.
Well, my sister is May 10th.
We know lots of Tauruses in our life. So that's cool that you're a Taurus, and that
Yeah.
kind of makes sense with you pivoting and starting something new and exciting.
Yes.
And how grounding, like earth is. So, oh, that was the other word that came through for your name, was terra. So this beautiful, and tree, the word tree is right there in your name. So you have so much grounding energy. So I mean, okay, well, what does the color green do for you? Do you use it for
Yeah.
anything?
I wear the jade ring on my finger every day, never take it off. Love the color green. My favorite colors, I feel like I have a couple of favorite colors. Green is one of them, orange, and then, I mean, pink is one of them as well. But yeah, I love the color green. I think that, I don't know, like, I mean, there's all the greenery behind me and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, I love green.
I love the colors on your website. It looks like, I don't know, it just looks like a really fun dream.
Thank you.
It's just a
Yeah.
little bit different. Oh, this is like a new reality. That's what I
Mhm.
got from it.
Thank you. Yeah, it felt like cotton candy for me. I think I was just like, but like futuristic kind of vibe. I don't know. Yeah, I honestly, the website was really inspiring for me to create. The fact that you said art is in my name, I thought that perked up my ears a little bit because for a second there, I didn't think I was like artistic at all. And then I realized like the way that I create is a little bit different. And so creating the website really led to creating the entire brand. Once I had that figured out, everything fell into place. Like I had the name and then I started doing the website and I was like, I know where I'm going with it. So, yeah, the website was really helpful for me to create. It was a lot of fun.
It's always funny listening to people say that they don't think they're creative, when
Mhm.
honestly, like, you create sound experiences. You are the ultimate creator. Your whole life is being created by you. So, and I love that Venus rules totally, because there's this softness and this focus on beauty, and it's really perfect. You nailed it on that one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and it's funny, I know I'm into sound healing, but there's a long story behind it, but when I first figured out, oh, I should throw myself into this, I had a sound healing like instructor, and I was like, I don't even think I have good music taste. And so there was all of these doubts and everything, and she was just like, if you like this, if this moves you, you have good music taste. So yeah, there was a lot of like me coming into who I am as a person that had to happen.
So what does sound healing look like for those of us who have no clue what it is?
Yeah. So sound healing, usually people experience sound healing through a sound bath or like a sound meditation. But I'll start off with saying sound healing is really using sound with the intention to shift a person's state into feeling like more balanced, right? And so it works because your body's rhythms naturally want to sync up with the sound waves of the instruments. And so you can use it to shift a person's state. So let's say you're feeling like anxious or you're feeling like down, I can use sound healing instruments to help bring you back into balance, help you feel calm and relaxed by the end of a sound bath. And I do want to clarify because I say sound bath and people are like, is there water involved? Do I have to get in like a tub of water? What's happening here? So a sound bath is really just you're experiencing a bunch of instruments. So it could be like crystal sound bowls, metal bowls, gongs, chimes. So it can be anything. You're not in water. Usually people are laying down or they're sitting down and they just get really comfortable. Sometimes people fall asleep. Sometimes people experience like thoughts, ideas will come to them. Sometimes there'll be an emotional release for people. I always say that people experience sound baths differently, and every sound bath is different as well. And so all of these things can happen, as well as like physically, you might feel like tingly numbness, you could feel like you're floating. So anything can really happen in a sound bath, but that is like the general kind of vibe of what a sound bath is.
Nice. We've been doing sound bath for years. Like Alex and I love them. And the one that we do frequent the most, she has planetary gongs and then the
Mhm.
crystal bowls and wind chimes and rain sticks. And I mean, it is seriously an immersive experience.
Yeah.
And then while you were talking, the thing that was coming through was what about using teas to kind of elevate and expand the experience? Because the word tea is in your name, by the way.
Oh, is
But
it?
then
Okay.
I was like, oh my God, you could so easily brand these cute little tea packets with the little, like the piece of paper on the tip with different
Mhm.
things, well, your logo for one, but then a phrase or because I think that you do customized, right, to people's names. You could send them
Mhm.
a tea bag as a gift with their name on it. Like even just
That's so
saying this particular tea for what you're looking for is going to enhance the overall experience. Yes, listen to your recording forever, but drink it with this tea so that you get the most out of it.
like an entire experience where you're like feel yes, I love that. That is such an amazing like idea. I had no idea that tea was my name has so many like things going on in there. Is it
It has so much. So the other thing I was going to ask you, what does the number 4 mean to you?
the number four, it is, I mean, immediately when you said it, it reminds me of a box. And so it reminds me of having boundaries. That is immediately what pops up for me when you say the number four.
Amazing, because the word tetra is in your name. So I think that if you can kind of lead with the number 4, because some of the things like maybe 4 services, right? Or 40-minute sound baths, or if you lean into the number 4 for the next little while, what does that bring you in terms of opportunity and creativity and ideas? Just something to think about.
Okay, that's really cool. Okay. This is
Man, I'm
amazing, guys.
having a lot of, right? I'm having a lot of stuff come in for you. You're so open.
I love this. Thank you.
All I have is I usually take a nap during a sound bath. I don't even remember too much of it. But I've learned to take a preemptive nap before I go to a sound bath so that I don't sleep the entire time. But I just can't help but get so relaxed that it's basically working on my subconscious, and that's probably what is needed
Yeah, I was gonna
regardless.
say, usually if you fall asleep, that's just what your body needed to do. And like, I think people sometimes are like, oh no, I fell asleep. Like I missed out on the sound bath, but like you didn't, like you're still receiving the healing vibrations of the sounds and everything. But just because you fell asleep, like you didn't miss anything. So that's pretty normal, actually. Yeah.
Cool. It's because I'm not allowed to sleep at home, so I have naps. I'm not
Brother,
allowed to have
here we
naps.
go.
The kids always
I'm
laugh at how
sorry.
I can have a micro nap anywhere as long as mom doesn't know about it.
I'm sorry.
Anti-napper.
Productivity turns me on.
So my dreams aren't productive then.
They are. I'm sure they are.
I'm sure they are too. If I'm running in a field of spaghetti, it's for a reason.
I'm sure there's a deeper meaning behind that, for sure. Yes.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Man, I don't think we've ever had an episode like this. Kati is, I mean, intuitively on fire. So, wow. What else you got for Jade? I feel like you're just giving her the key to the mint today.
Yeah, no, this is amazing. I was like, wow, this is, I'm getting so many things.
Key to the mint. Oh my Lord.
You know, I'm
Um,
gonna make Jade spit her water out, but I was kind of paranoid about, I was like doing my name. I'm like, I hope penis isn't like one of the things from my name. And there's no I, so I'm clear. I'm good.
You're good.
See, I'm like, okay, good. I'm all good. Have you ever done that name experiment for me?
on you?
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't do word scrying very often, so it was interesting. That's what I was being like. That's the direction I was called to go into.
Yeah,
But
that's interesting. I've never
there
heard you
you
do that
go.
before. I'm like, oh, I wonder if you've ever done mine. Mine has like slap. I'm looking at the screen. Alex Paul's, oh, slap or Axel. Jade has way better names or way better things.
Words,
Ape.
yeah.
I have ape. APE there. Do you
Oh, there you
mind?
go.
What? I am
Ape.
apparently a
That's
gorilla, so.
that's your spirit animal.
There you go.
Oh man,
Oh my Lord.
we're taking it in a
Oh,
terrible direction. I'm so sorry.
you really are. Okay, so let me
Yeah.
try and bring it back a little bit here. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about resources. What are you reading right now?
Okay, do you want the truth?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay, I am reading a mafia romance novel. Yeah, and it's
that sounds
I
cool.
will that is, yeah. When I'm reading, I never read nonfiction. I always read like fiction because I feel like I already live in the real world. Let's go somewhere else. But I think it's like something about like Monster Hearts or something like that. So that is, and I'm like on book three. It's like a series, and it is that, yeah. So that is the book that I'm reading. I don't know if that
Is
is
it
helpful for
titillating?
you. Yeah, I mean, it's something. It really is something, but it's the book that I'm reading.
Are you
That's so
addicted to it?
funny.
Like you're excited? Like you're a page turner? It's a page
Yeah,
turner?
like usually when I read books, and I've always been like this, I call myself like a binge reader, and so I will like the way that you'll binge watch like a Netflix series, I will binge read books. And so like I'll read a book like in 2 days, and then I prefer to read series because I get attached to the way that it's written or like the characters and stuff like that. And so if it's just one book, I'm like, oh, I miss them a little bit. I don't know, it's weird. So I prefer to read series. I'm also reading, what is it, City by, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the A Court of Thorns and Roses? Okay. I'm listening to that audiobook. So I'm like, I'm listening but reading. So that's what's going on in my life right now.
Awesome. So is that part of your self-care? Is that what you're doing when you're taking like you time?
Yeah, I think that's always been like that's how that's my me time. Yeah, I think so. That's one of the things that I do where I'm like, I feel like not guilty about doing it. You know, if I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna sit on like Instagram and scroll or sit on TikTok and scroll and stuff like that, then I'm like, okay, that wasn't productive. But me reading, even though it is not, I'm not really learning anything, but whatever, I feel good about that. Yeah, I feel like that. I give myself a pass for binge reading. I think it's appropriate.
You know what's amazing about that is that you said that maybe I'm not learning anything, but I would argue that you probably are learning something because for me too, I am reading, it's so crazy, but I'm reading like the Nora Roberts witch series where I swear this woman was a witch in another lifetime because she captures the essence of it so perfectly. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm actually learning things about myself. There are, even though it's fantasy, right? I mean, there's still things that we get to draw on, and it's usually still incorporating the hero's journey in some way. There's always some journey that's happening. There's always some lesson and some dragon that they're slaying. So
Yeah.
I feel like because of that, we're constantly learning.
Okay, thank you. You know, that makes me feel better, and I'm gonna take that and be like, I am learning something, even though I'm reading about the Russian mafia. So yeah, thank you.
I like how you said that it's not an escape, but it is an escape from the real world. Like
Yeah.
why always read nonfiction when it's fun to imagine or go into a different world and spend this time really, I guess, exercising your imagination. I feel
Yes.
like when I was younger or when I read quite a bit, my mind's eye works so much better. I'm
Mhm.
actually picturing it so much clearer instead of just reading a bunch of words and looking at paper and then looking around, I actually can't see anymore. All I can see is in my mind. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but does that happen to you guys too, where
Yeah.
you're really imagining it?
Yeah, and I've heard that not everyone can do that. Like when they're reading, like they can't actually see it. Have you guys heard that? Like some people like will see things in their brain and then some people won't see things. But I think that's kind of the same thing as like some people have an internal monologue and some people don't, which I
Hmm.
didn't know that not everyone had that. And so I was like, that must be really nice that it's quiet up there for you all the time. What are you? I'm
I'm definitely
always
not that
talking.
guy. Yeah.
But yes, I when I read, I can visualize the story, so it is an immersive experience for me.
Me
Yeah.
too. Totally me too. I love to visualize all the time. So reading is one of the things you do for yourself. What else? Like how do you heal? Like when you're going, you've depleted your energy doing something, how do you call that energy back?
For me, it is sound healing. I know I'll do sound healing for others, but for me, it is there. I have my own practice where I will sit with my bowls and just kind of for me, the way that sound healing works is it gives me clarity. Like I'm able to understand my thoughts or really work through something that's sitting on my mind. And so if I have to sit for 45 minutes to an hour, like I will come up with the answer. As well as it also has been like an emotional release for me. So when I do sound healing, I guess I don't release emotions as much as I should. And so when I'm doing sound healing on myself and just sitting with the bowls, I will express a lot of emotions, usually through crying, to be honest with you guys. But sound healing has been the way for me to come back to myself and get just clarity on everything that I'm working through. Even when I was telling Alex the way that I was traveling, I every day like it was just me by myself because I was solo traveling and I didn't know what I was doing. I feel like everyone kind of gets to a point where they're like, well, maybe I won't say everyone, but for me, where I was in life, I was just like, what am I doing with my life? And so the way that I kind of worked through that kind of uncomfort in that transitional phase was sitting with my bowls and just having trust that the answer was going to come to me while I was doing sound healing. So I would say that's my number one way. And then like reading is always good. I will also sit down and binge watch a show. I'm a tourist, so I like being comfortable. A nice little, nice little snack will also like get me right. So yeah, I would say those are my top.
Nice.
I love how much you know yourself. You really seem to have a lot of clarity as to what is your own medicine. And I think that's why you're able to offer that so authentically to other people. Like, how beautiful is it that your medicine not only heals others, but yourself at the same time? That's how you know you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, when I first discovered sound healing, I had backstory. I had a lot of anxiety, moderate to severe anxiety at the time. And so, like I said, I wasn't looking for sound healing, but I was in a place where I needed to figure out how to manage my anxiety. Like my therapist was like, Jade, it's not cute anymore for you to be this anxious. We got to figure this out. If not, you are going to need medication to help manage your anxiety. And so, I went on a trip to Bali and really was just like, I'm gonna do whatever. I didn't have plans on healing myself. Honestly, it was the exact opposite. I was like, I'm just gonna sit by the pool, drink margaritas, eat French fries. But I ended up going to a sound bath and then was called back like there's a whatever. But I went back and did like a sound healing training with the facilitators and the first day we did a acoustical massage, and so that's basically where you put the sound bowls on your body and you'll play it. And so I didn't, again, wasn't thinking anything of it, but where I was holding a lot of my anxiety and tension was in my chest, and I didn't realize how much I was holding there until we put the sound bowls there, and I felt myself open up. Like I felt the tension release, and I guess you don't realize how heavy something is until it's taken off of you. And so when it was released and it left, I remember opening my eyes and I was like, this is what I've been looking for. I needed a moment. And so after that, I was like, I can't believe that I was going through all of these things that I was looking for to help relieve anxiety, and all I needed was this bowl. I can't believe no one told me that this was an option. And so for me, like sound healing did start as a medicine for me. And I was like, I have to share this with people because I didn't know that this was an option. And so that's kind of where it started. It was just like it was life changing for me because, like I said, I was about to take medication and everything. Not to say that people shouldn't take medication. If you need to, that's totally fine. But for me, sound healing was what healed me.
You know, oh my God, what an origin story. So, yes, we're going to lead with that because that is unbelievable. The fact that you had anxiety. So many people have anxiety. Our daughter, she's 17, she has horrible anxiety. So there's so many people dealing with that right now as as humanity is shifting, AI is growing. Like, of course, we're going to be anxious. The power for me and your story comes in the fact that you knew something was off. You took the actionable step of actually going to Bali. Like, not a lot of people have that courage and the bravery. I mean, there's the bear to go on that trip, right? And so you went and oh my God, to have that bowl on your chest and to crack it open and your heart was holding so much. And that's the deer energy too. It had to be lightened so that, you would have that feeling. You can actually embody that. You know what that feels like. That's what makes you so powerful in your gift because you can embody it. So, I mean, beautiful. Your story should be front and center. Lead with that.
Yeah, the
I,
story was. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
I was just going to say even before you got into the story, I was going to ask you about sound healing and if it can help release any stored traumas or anything stored within the body that you might not know. And then you led right into it. And I was like, oh, wow. So it's really impressive that I've never heard of having a bowl on you and having a sound massage. I mean, that kind of blew me away. Can you go a little bit more into that and just let me know more about that?
Yeah. So after that happened, that was back in I think 2023. So that was like 2 years ago. I was like, okay, so now I know that I can use sound healing as a way to kind of help me manage my anxiety. And so after that, I was like, all right, I bought a couple of bowls. I actually bought the bowl that I used that first day to help crack open because I was like, this is my bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go
Yep.
together. It changed my life. And so after that, I just used sound healing every day. Like, I would wake up in the morning, and that was my form of like meditation, was sitting with my sound bowls. And if I was feeling a lot of anxiety, I would do an acoustical massage and just put it on my chest or put it where I was feeling the anxiety, and it really did help. If I wasn't using acoustical massage, then I would sit with the bowls and just play it really close. They taught me a lot of techniques for using sound healing, but the one that I typically use is just putting it in front of my face and hitting the bowl and going to each side and then bringing it down throughout your body and then bringing it back up to help get everything out. And that is pretty much my daily practice until I decided that I needed to add in movement. So I want to say I think it was earlier this year. I was also going through a yoga teacher training when I figured that out. So that was a lot of fun. But I decided to add in an additional certification for my yoga. So it was like a somatic, like sensual, tantric teacher training. And that really helped me learn that I needed to move things out of my body, as well as like a wild trip to Peru doing ayahuasca. And yeah, but that like really taught me how to get things out of my body. So I would say there's been a lot of growth. Like I started off with putting the bowls on my body, then like sitting in meditation, and then figuring out that I needed to actually move things out of my body. And so I'm always learning about what I need, but that is the way that it started. And I will say it's good to have options. Like some days I'm like, I want to sit down, sit still, and really come to terms with something. Other days I'm like, I need to move this out of my body while I'm listening to the sound bowls. So it just I just go with what feels right in that day.
Yeah, I think that the fact that you're modeling the exact transformation process. So not everybody out there is going to go and look for sound bath healing for themselves. Like they're not going to become practitioners. But what is the most valuable is you say, you just tune into yourself. That's a catchphrase for your business, by the way. Tune in should be definitely on there somewhere. You tune into yourself feel out what's going on and then do the thing and go out there and experience. Because without the experience, you cannot figure out what your body needs. You have to experience something, right? That's you going to Bali, you going to Peru, you're experiencing. And in that experience, your soul can reveal to you the exact medicine that you need, because it's not going to be sound for everybody. But what I
Yeah.
want to know is more about that bowl. What is your bowl? What is the tone that it sounds like? What is the chakra that it's attached to?
It is the heart bowl. I believe it's F. That was the one that I bought. And then there's C, F, and then B. But I think the main one, I think it was F, which is for the heart. So that was the one that I used. And ever since then, like, that's my bowl. Like, whenever I travel, it's either C or F. I have to double check. I'm pretty sure it's F though. I'm pretty sure. Every time I travel, I take that bowl. There's other bowls that I have now, but I will make sure that I take that specific one because I know what, like, the power that it has for me. And sometimes, like, obviously taking all these metal bowls on an airplane can get a little heavy. So that's the one that I always take with me. That's one I plan on taking with me for this next part of my journey. And that's what I know will always center me again and give me exactly what I need in that moment.
That's amazing. And I feel like the bowl, the one that you resonate, there's another great word for your brand, the one that you resonate with, it has a specific frequency. And I'm wondering if you hum that frequency to yourself, because your voice has been tuned to the exact frequency that your body needs for healing. Like, you should be able to hum to yourself and actually move that sound that you're creating to whatever space needs healing in your body, exactly the same way that your sound bowls do. If you're ever in a situation where you don't have your bowls with you, you've already got the frequency in your body. You can hum that exact thing and heal yourself on the go.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said start humming. One of the things that I learned while I was like growing with my bowls was to add in humming. Like, I added in movement while I was doing sound healing to kind of move things, but also humming and tuning into the sound of the bowls. And that has really been helpful. I'm ruled by my throat chakra because I'm a Taurus. Yeah. And so a lot of the things that I was learning about myself was that I did have a throat chakra blockage. And so, really, humming was a really good way of kind of helping to open that up for me. And so, that is one thing that I've added into my practice as well, is humming while I'm doing these things. There's no sitting still sometimes. It's like humming, moving around. It's a good time.
That's awesome. I totally could see and hear you doing it as you were telling me the story. I'm like, wonder about humming. That's so funny that it's actually a thing for you. I'm so glad.
You guys are on fire today. I was going to say, Jade, have you noticed that you don't have to practice it as often, or do you feel you just want to do it every morning? Like, it's a great way to start each day.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'll go through spurts of an hour. I need to sit with an hour. Sometimes I'm like 5, 10 minutes, we're good. I will say that my anxiety has gone down significantly. Like, before, it was always, I'm telling you guys, like, my heart would be fluttering. Even like before I would do a podcast or something, like, it just anxiety all the time. And I don't find that I'm as anxious as I was before. Like, I feel like it has just given me, I don't know, like, just a sense of peace. Like, it's given me so much. I'm always grateful. But do I feel the need to sit with the bowls every day? I think, yeah, like, you should sit with the bowls every day. But I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes I miss a day. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I'm not just every morning, like, an hour meditation. I will not lie to you guys. But I think that I go through phases, to be honest with you, on what is needed. And so sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm calm, like, I'm good. I think that for me, I need to take breaks and I'll get answers for something, and then I need time to integrate it. It's like you keep on asking for something, you get the answer, and then it's okay, but you need to, and this is just for me personally, I'm sure everyone's different, but like, I know what I need to do, go do it, and then come back, sit with it again. And that is the way that it works for me now. Before, if it was like a year ago, yeah, it was every day, every morning, because I needed to figure out a way to manage my anxiety. Now it's gone down significantly. And now I'm really at a point where I'm like, okay, what am I doing? And then I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then I'm like, okay, now go do it. And it's funny because when I was traveling for the last 4 months, it was the same message. Like I would sit down 45 minutes to an hour every night. And it was the same message, which is, I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? I have no idea. I'm in like this big transition and it's just go have fun. And I'm like, this can't be right. Like, this can't, like, I'm so sorry. You're driving me crazy. This doesn't make any sense. And that was a consistent message. And until I did it, that was the message that I was going to keep getting. So that is the way that it works for me now. But I think that there has been like a growth for me to be where I'm at now.
Sure. I think it's always good to check in with yourself and fast. Do a fast and then check in with yourself, whether it be food, water, sound bowls, whatever. I think it's important to not just do something out of a habit and actually check in with yourself consistently and try different things and see what works and what doesn't, right? If the
Yeah.
anxiety would come back after not doing the bowls for 3 or 4 days, well, maybe we should start up with the bowls again and
Mhm.
make sure that that gets, under control.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
also say that, it sounds like you're very fluid, which is so great. What a beautiful way to live because, I mean, look how fluid sound is itself, right? The frequency is so fluid that you don't ever get too attached to the expression of what you're providing. That expression is allowed to change and evolve and grow. Just like I thought I was just going to be doing websites forever. And then all of a sudden, all these other doors open once I was open to the possibility,
Hmm.
right? It's just being open to the possibility, asking the questions, hearing the answers, and then acting on them, follow through, do the thing. So,
Yeah.
and I think it's so lovely that what you kept getting through was do the joy, do that, go have fun. If you're not living life from a place of joy and fun and excitement, something's not right because you're the creator of your own life. So you have that possibility that you have the option to change and to grow and be fluid.
Yeah. And it's funny because I feel like I was fighting it. And that is why I was getting that message of Jade, just go have fun, please. Like, it was like the message was like, we're begging you, like, just please go have fun. And I think it took me a second. Like, I don't think that I'm naturally a fluid person. I think that I am, to be honest with you, I'm a triple earth sign. So, like, I'm very, like, I want to be grounded. I'm like a little bit stubborn, all of these things. And so I'm trying to get comfortable with the only thing that is constant is change. But that was like this is like a whole thing that I'm working through. So,
Sure,
but
yeah.
yes, I'm trying to live a fluid lifestyle. But every now and then I like dig my heels in and I'm like, no, it needs to be this way. And then the universe is, that's not the way that it's going to go. So get over it. So that's where I'm at right now in life.
That's awesome. I love that. I love how well you know yourself. I really do.
Thank you.
That is it right there.
I think you got to hit Jade with a question now.
Yes. All right. So we always have a question that's left by the previous guest.
Okay.
This one's fantastic because this woman is all about movement. Like her life goal is to make sure that people are moving their bodies, right? Because we're sitting so long. So many of us sit and we're hunched over. And so her question for you is, can you take off your shoe and your sock while standing on one foot?
Do you want me to do it right now? I'm sure I can. I think I can.
Sure,
I mean,
do it. Let's see if it's possible.
I'm not wearing
I think you
shoes
have to
or
do it.
socks right now. I can mimic it right now if you guys. I'm sure I could. I think that I could. Now I wish I had socks right now. Do you guys want to give me a second to go find some
Yeah.
socks?
Jade is going to attempt the impossible.
Here we go. I put it on my left foot because I knew my right foot would be easy. So,
Okay.
Aha.
okay.
We're gonna test your grounding on this one.
You know what? I never thought to do it from behind me. I just assumed I would lift my leg up to the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I did it. There we go.
easy peasy.
No big deal. But you know what? Everybody interprets instructions differently. So in somebody
Right? I
else's
totally would
mind,
have done it different.
right? But I think
Did I,
Jade
I
did
was
it.
like, do I need to untie my shoe and everything, or was like that too easy for me to just slip? Okay,
No, I think that that's part of the exercise of will someone make it harder on themselves in order to prove to themselves that they can do it. So
ah,
interesting.
I made it as easy as possible.
There you go. failure is not an option.
Yeah.
You know what? I think what that goes to show is how balanced you are. You've got this beautiful balance in your life.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you guys.
Right?
Awesome.
Funny question. I've never had something like that before where you've had to make somebody do something.
So, what would be your question for the next guest?
Can it be anything? What's
Yeah.
the
Anything, whatever comes to you.
My question is for the next person, what would you do in life differently if you knew that you couldn't lose? That's my question.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't know what I would do differently. I would become an inventor. I would be the most famous inventor in the world. That's what I would
There you
be.
go.
The
Yeah,
failure, I think that I actually have more of a fear of success than a fear of failure. I don't know why that is. That's something that I have to unpack, probably via podcasting, but something that I'll need to dig into. But man, that's a great question. I love that.
thank you.
Awesome. And it helps that you're a podcaster, so you know how to ask good questions.
There we go.
Perfect. Well, we just had the best time ever. I mean, some episodes just fly by, and of course, no question, Kati's on fire. You're on fire, Jade. ConceptWellbeing.com. I hope that you can come back and visit with us after your latest adventure. I hope that you had a good time with us, and I strongly encourage everybody to check out the website, check out your services, and concentrate on the different ways of healing yourself. Check in with yourself. And if anything we learned from Jade today is to look within and find out what you need the most in order to heal, in order to get better, in order to get to that next phase. And without any further ado, we're going to see you guys on the next episode. Subscribe, share with everybody, keep living your genius. And I appreciate Jade bringing her genius and making us a lot smarter too. So catch you guys on the next episode.